because he was blown away by the like independent comic scene in Greece. Like he didn't know that existed, and not only did it exist, but it's thriving.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about the Greek comic scene?
Yes, we do have a big self-published scene. It was always like that because maybe we don't have, big companies. All of us have started from self-publishing.
This is the Inkpulp podcast.
Welcome to the Inkpulp podcast.
Hello.
With our buddy Matteo, the dumb shark himself, Scalera.
And today we have a very classy lady. Oh, you finished your cigarette.
I have more, don't worry.
The smoke. Well, we'll have Jamie, our editor, edit in you coming out of smoke.
Yes,
like
please.
In a cloud of smoke.
That would be great. I'd like that.
So who do we have, Matteo? You didn't say.
We have the great Dani, Dani Strip on socials.
Yes, Dani.
And directly from Greece. You're in Greece right now.
Yes.
You told me earlier.
In Athens.
And absolutely. So how are you doing?
Great.
First of all, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for doing. I want to celebrate real quick.
Oh no!
So Dani, we have these options. You can do this.
And what happens if I do this? Nothing happens. It's only.
Does it work with everyone or just with you, Shawn?
I don't know. Why don't you try it, Matteo? Keep it still.
It only works with Shawn.
It's only you.
It only works with Shawn.
Do this. Oh, you have to turn it on.
Okay.
I can teach you how to do that.
By the way, Dani, I have two very important questions. One, that every time I see you, after we see each other at shows, I'm like, fuck, I forgot to ask her once again. So Dani stays for what exactly?
What, the name?
Yeah, your real name. If you want to say it, if you don't want to.
My real name, it sounds really Greek. That's why I don't use it usually. It's Dani.
Dani?
Yes.
And Ni is the beginning of your last name, I suppose, right?
No, my last name is Kilaidoni. My full name.
Okay.
My full name is Dani Christina Kilaidoni.
Okay.
Dani is it's just a name that I always use as a nickname. Actually, it has
there's a story.
There's a story. Of course, there's a story. My oldest sister, she's 7 years older than me, and she was really. I always listened to the music that she would listen to growing up, and. In her teens, one of the bands that she was listening to were it was Cradle of Filth. Do you know them?
Oh yeah, Cradle of Filth, yeah.
Yes, and I really liked the singer, the aesthetics, everything. I thought he was amazing, and his name is Dani Filth.
Oh, okay.
So I started using this as a kid. And I would. She actually has a drawing somewhere. I drew him with. There is one specific outfit that he was using at the time. It was like a vinyl red thing. Anyway, so I've drawn him in this with a forest behind him, and because one of their songs was "The Forest Whispers My Name," so it's Dani from the forest.
Okay.
And that's how I started using Dani.
Okay. Yeah. Fun story. So you love metal?
No,
generally speaking, or only Cradle of Filth? Oh, okay.
I think I grew out of it. Yes, I do electronic and hip hop.
Okay, gotcha.
But I've passed through many music.
Oh, many stages and many types of music. Okay, gotcha.
Well, okay. So you're a hip hop fan, Dani? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I enjoy hip hop.
I'm a huge hip hop fan. So where do your tastes lean? What do you have, like, genres of hip hop you like? You like it all? What are you listening to?
I like it all, but we also have a good scene in Greece.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd love to learn about
Hey, but
this.
you have an Italian scene as well.
yeah. We were pretty big into rap music, hip hop,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Europe is really embraced hip hop in a big way, especially Germany. Germany's really
Yeah, Germany. Well, I think France as well.
France a lot, great
Yeah.
artists. And okay, the UK,
Yeah.
it's also
UK as well.
it's
Yeah.
Oh, it's big. Yeah, in London, in England, it's
not
really
Europe
big.
anymore, but still in the
Yeah,
area.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Matteo and I have some announcements we want to get to you. Some exciting stuff is going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Big news. You might have heard it on my social media, but I'm gonna say it here as well. So, Nemesis Forever #1, issue #1. It's Nemesis Forever, the book that I've been working on over the past few months. It's been recently announced with Mark Miller, of course. Is the basically the final chapter of the whole Nemesis saga. And issue #1 will be out in August 29th, and it's now available for pre-order. So just order your copy now. And also, on other news, there's another book that I did with Mark in 2021 that I'm really proud of, which is King of Spies. Basically, Dark Horse is republishing it in a new version, which is the King of Spies Library Edition hardcover. And that's going to be out July 29th. So you can get that as well. And you have a nice dose of Matteo art.
Yeah, I gotta say, King of Spies is not only some of your best work, but it's some of the best comics work I've ever seen. So, if you don't have it, I have it, but I'm still gonna get this version of it too because it's so gorgeous.
Okay, I mean, it's got the approval stamp from Eric Canete as well, which means like everything.
Yeah. Eric loved it.
Just for the fact alone that he hates everything I do, and this one he likes it. So, you should go and buy it.
Definitely.
Also, we have a few more announcements. Go ahead, Shawn.
So, guys, right now, I need anyone who hasn't gone to my pre-launch page for my Kickstarter and hit notify me now. And also today, I'm releasing my sketchbook for free, which also has a preview of the art book, which is what the Kickstarter is for. So hit the link below and check that out. And our last announcement is Matteo and I are making an appearance.
Yes, yes, sir. We're gonna be in Dallas for the Fan Expo Dallas, May 30th to June 1st, I think.
Yep.
And we're gonna be tabling in Artist Alley, so you will be able to find us in Artist Alley. We haven't a specific table number assigned yet, but we'll let you know as soon as we can.
And we'll have some good free podcast and Inkpulp Live giveaways, so stop by. And I'm going to end this with something so exciting and so new. Matteo hasn't even seen this yet. Ready?
Oh, I love it. And now let's go back to the show. Yeah.
Cheers, also, sorry.
Cheers.
Oh, shit. Not only she's smoking, she's drinking as well. Fuck. What time is it, lady? Isn't it too early in the day?
It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon here. I'm okay. I'm not judgeable.
I guess I got to move to Greece. This is my kind of life you're living.
Everyone says that. You should.
I will. I'm hoping to get out there. Jim was just there. You were there with Jim, right, at the Athens show?
2 months ago, he was here in the end of January, beginning of February.
So he said that the organizers wanted Jim, me, and Matteo there next year. So
yeah, I mean, that would be great.
That'd be awesome.
He had a great time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did he tell you about it?
Oh, he loved it. He had the best time. And in fact, it leads to one of the questions I wanted to ask you, because he was blown away by the like independent comic scene in Greece. Like he didn't know that existed, and not only did it exist, but it's thriving.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about the Greek comic scene?
Well, okay, another scene apart from hip hop. Yes, we do have a big self-published scene. It's zines, a lot of zines, and personal stuff. It was always like that because maybe we don't have big companies or we have some publishers, but most of the artists, because there are more artists from Greece that work for comics. All of us have started from self-publishing here, our own stuff.
Okay.
It's something. We have some festivals that they're more like a meeting point. Every festival is a meeting point, of course, and everyone. But we all. There are many. All the artists and the creators are really take really good care of what they put out there, like the book itself, like an item. And it's a whole, I really liked when I was doing this, and I actually miss this now, that when you are into the more industrial comics scene, you never get involved with these things, the printing and all the, it's handmade.
Yeah, all those sides of publishing a book. Yeah.
But
so did you actually use to take care of everything, like from the printing and everything? We're doing the lettering and everything, or you had a team with you?
No, everything. Everyone has their own books. So, and the whole thing is, it's made, except if it's a team, like many people have teams, but they do their own stories. Everyone has their own story inside.
Absolutely.
But even when we did Coffin Bound with Dan, with Dan Waters, he came to visit me in Greece, and he stayed here for a couple of months. We were roommates for a bit, and that's when we wanted to make ashcans for Coffin Bound. But because we had the time to do it here, we made them with Riso printing. Riso? Riso.
I've heard of that.
No, not familiar with it.
It's like a printing machine. It's a printing machine, and it works the same.
Oh, like lithografia, we call it in Italian. So I think it's the same.
Yes, it's kind of like lithografia, which we also call in Greek like that.
I think it's different than lithography, Matteo. I've heard the word risograph.
Oh, this is liso. Okay.
Silk print.
Okay, I gotcha.
It's more. It has the same logic because it's with
silk screen. It's
silk
like a silk screen.
Yeah.
Silk screen.
Yeah.
Silk screen. Yeah.
Sorry about my English. I'm trying.
No, this is great.
No worries.
This is great info. Yeah. So
we did the ashcans like that.
That's how you printed that.
We stapled it with ourselves, and then we folded them. But of course, we couldn't make many this way. So we got them numbered, and I think they were like, I don't remember the number, but it was something like 200 or 400.
That's a lot.
I'm not sure. So we just sent them to friends and people we know, so they could also have the thing, the first pages like that. It was cool.
Do you remember what got you into the scene of zines out there?
Well, if you're into comics here, it's the only way to go.
So what got you into comics then? That's the question I'm trying to ask.
I was reading comics growing up. We had many magazines here. One of them, it was called Nine, and it was because it's the ninth art.
Yeah, the ninth art. Yeah.
And once a week you could find it with the newspaper. So it was in the house. Every house, because it was a really big newspaper, had access to comics. And at that time, this doesn't exist anymore. Everything is dying. Newspaper.
And then it's when you started smoking and drinking. Exactly.
That's how you survive. Yes, of course. I mean, there are many reasons to smoke and drink these days. Yeah. But anyways, it was, I think, because this magazine had many, it was like an anthology. So they had new stuff coming from local artists, but they were, I don't know if it was legal, if they did it legally or they just took the files. I'm not sure, because it's crazy to do stuff like that sometimes. There were many European stories, mostly. So there was a variety of things to get introduced in comics, and they also organized some contests and exhibitions and some events that they would bring people together and everything, and it was something. So this helped a lot, and I would read everything that I could find, especially on vacations and everything, like with my family. You could find comics we have stuff here. It's like a daily, like an American daily.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find stuff like that in Italy, though.
Do you have comic strips, Matteo?
Like
in Italy?
Comic strips, you can find some stuff in some newspapers. Like there's some artists, they do like social commentary with strips on famous newspapers and stuff like that. Okay. But yeah, the strips right now are not as popular as they used to back then, probably 70s and the 80s anymore. Right now it's a big, like in Italy, the things that goes the most, like probably in every other country, is manga.
Yeah.
And then, the rest is shared with some Italian books, some of the main stuff like Dylan Dog and Tex and all that stuff. And then you have, US comic books and the French books. How about in Greece, Dani? Do you have a full scope in in terms of comic books? Like, do you have shops that sell every type of comic books?
Yeah, we do have some shops. Like there are specifically comic shops, and then you can find comics in bigger chains. Like bookstores.
Yeah.
Oh, bookstores.
But we do have comic shops. Actually, one of the people who worked in the convention, one of the organizers, he has a comic shop here, which is my favorite one, my local one, Relax Comics. Jim drew something on the bookshelves. There.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, shit.
Awesome.
We got drunk and we went there one night.
Wow.
He told me
Strangely enough, you guys were drunk.
I think
So
really?
Jim goes to Greece. He never gets drunk with us. Jim is always like the first one to turn in after dinner. Yeah. No, well, honestly, none of us.
That's the thing. Every time I talk to Jim, there's always a story when he's drunk and he's doing something cool. And then he hangs out with us and he's always like, just tasting a little bit of wine here and there.
No.
And then he doesn't smoke, but in Greece, Jim was smoking.
Smoked. I think he smoked. Maybe he smoked.
We never get fun Jim.
Yeah.
Why is that?
We're fun Jim.
No, here he was a beast.
You know what, Dani? I think there's something in the air in Greece, because I remember, and I told this story many times to Shawn, Like I remember I did a show in Athens, and it was a really small one. This was like back in 2013 or something, so more than 10 years ago. And I remember I went there and I was like depressed. Like my life, especially my relationship life wasn't going good. So I went there in my worst shape ever in terms of, mindset. And as soon as I landed, I was already looking for flights back. And basically in 6 hours of being there, all the people were so welcoming that, I wanted to do the opposite. I wanted to stay even longer than I was supposed to, because I was having so much fun. And, especially, the show was fun, but even after, like, hanging out with all the people, everybody was super cool. So it's, I really have a really fond memory. I still have a really fond memory of that show. And I keep getting invited to the Thessaloniki one.
Thessaloniki is great.
And every time... Is that good?
It's one of my favorite cities, Thessaloniki. It has great food and great drinks. It's a student town, so it's
awesome. Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
but it's great.
It's a party town.
It's a party town. It has a totally different vibe than Athens. It's the biggest city in the north. It's considered like the second. It's the capital of the north. And it's everything is the people are the whole thing, because in Athens everything is a bit faster, but they're more chilled, and it has a different interconnection of people. So it's
and this is in the north of Greece.
Yes,
you said it's weird because in Italy it goes the opposite. Like the north is super active and boom, boom, boom like this, and in the south, everyone is like just laying down. They don't want to do shit. Normally, that's what the stereotype is.
Is that because the South is more beaches?
Yeah, generally speaking. Also, the weather is definitely hotter, warmer, I would say. So people, the hotter it gets, the less you want to work and do stuff probably. So... yeah, that's probably it. So it's weird to know that in Greece it works the other way around.
It's still hot there in Greece, but you get it's more cloudy sometimes in Thessaloniki than in Athens. But every part in Athens has a beach. In Greece, it's beaches all over.
Yeah. And you're in Athens, Dani? You're in the Athens area? Okay.
Yes, you want to see how ugly Athens is?
What's that?
How ugly Athens is. I'll show you.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What?
Yeah, it's. Can you see the buildings? It's like one on top of the other.
I just see beauty. I see something beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. It's nice. It's nice, but it's at night crowded. It looks better with the lights.
Yeah, I thought that was incredible. So is your studio have a view like that too?
Not like that. Although my studio is on the 7th floor, but you can see the build. Although I have a great view because there is a small square under it on the opposite side where skaters gather, so you can see some tricks.
All right, I'm moving to Greece. Matteo, I'm sorry, I wasn't going to move to Italy, but there's skateboarders, they're partying, there's wine. I mean, it's all there.
Definitely, Greece has not a beautiful side as well. It has an ugly side, especially for locals. But with visitors, everything is great. You should all visit.
That's awesome. Speaking of traveling, the last time I saw you, it was New York. Yeah. And you were about to leave and stay abroad for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So describe to me what did you do? Like, where did you go? It was mainly work related or just fun?
It was a little bit of everything because First of all, it was a great trip because it was the first time that my best friend, she was traveling with me over there. So we wanted to make the best out of it. So I had a couple of shows spread out in 1.5 months in these 2 months anyway. The first one was New York Con, and the last one was Thought Bubble in Harrogate.
Oh, Thought Bubble, in Leeds.
In Leeds. And so we went to New York, and then we went to Maine. We drove there. I don't drive. I've told myself that this year it's my year. I'm going to learn. I'm 33 years old. I need these years. I'm learning how to drive. But she's a really good driver, so I was in safe hands. And it was the best.
I mean, she was drunk all the time, but that's fine. She's a great driver.
Yes, but she's a really good driver, even drinking. So no, we were really careful about that in the States because I've heard stories. I know how strict everyone is with driving. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But Maine was fantastic. It was the best time of the year to be there. Everything was...
oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Maine in...
that's beautiful.
In fall, it was amazing.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yes. And then we went we passed by Niagara Falls. We went to Canada to visit a friend. Canada I liked a lot as well. And then we went to Mexico.
Oh, wow. This is a trip.
Driving.
This is a trip.
By plane.
So you drove?
No.
To Mexico?
That was the best thing.
She just got home yesterday.
We get drunk, though, because we weren't driving. So a lot of mezcalitas. It was great. Yes, Mexico we really liked. And then we went to North Carolina, where I had another show. And then we went to the UK for Thought Bubble.
That's awesome.
We came back to Greece, and we bought so many mezcal bottles, and they were in under 100 milligrams. What?
Milliliters.
Yeah, milliliters.
Yes. Milligrams, it was nothing. Milliliters.
That's a different thing.
I gave it away.
That's the thing you're gonna do like in 5 minutes, right?
Yes.
That you have on the table that we cannot see.
Don't do this to me. Yes. And we had crossed them all over the continents, and we had it, and it was great. And the last flight from Manchester to Athens, they kept the bottles.
Oh shit! That ruined the whole trip.
So annoying. But
right.
we managed to get two.
All right, I'm gonna make a deal with you, Dani. If you get Matteo, me, and Jim an invite, I'm gonna bring you bottles of mezcal.
It's a deal. You have a deal, my friend.
All right.
No, you guys are coming for sure. You can't do it.
Definitely.
Did Jim tell you that we also went to a live show?
Like a concert?
Yeah, a concert. But it was he didn't tell you.
He told me you went to like a dance club or something, but he didn't tell me about a concert.
That was it. It was Pete and Bass. If you don't know them, after you should Google them.
What's the name again?
Pete and Bass. It's two
Beat and Bass.
70-year-old dudes from the UK. Rappers.
More or less Shawn's age. I mean, they're slightly younger than him, but yeah.
I mean, he had a great time there, so maybe... But they were great. It was a great night.
What kind of music were they playing?
It's rap. They rap.
Oh shit.
They discovered...
70 years old dudes that rap? Oh, fuck.
Cover draft.
Jim did not tell me that.
Yeah, no, it was a great time. Yeah.
That's awesome.
What? Go on.
No, go ahead. You were saying something else.
No, I remember that Tate Brombal was also here, and he ripped the. He was asking if he could take a poster of the band because they had it glued on the door, and we ripped it for him. So he had the poster.
This is a Jim we don't know.
Yeah.
I've heard stories of this Jim.
Yeah.
And maybe one day you will witness.
In Greece. Maybe he has to. Maybe we have to get Jim to Greece to see this side because it wasn't in Italy. I didn't see that side in Italy.
No, it was pretty. He was pretty mellow in Italy, if I remember correctly. So yeah.
I mean,
I'm
we had
curious
fun.
to see
Yeah,
that side.
yeah.
Or maybe he doesn't. He just doesn't like to do that. To do that when we're around.
Yeah, I
probably.
think that's it. He's trying to keep that on the low from us.
Yeah.
Maybe he's cool without you.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, Dani, I wanted to ask you something. When you told us earlier that you were doing your own book at the beginning, your own books in Greece. So, what kind of did you have a genre that you? Since I suppose you were doing everything, so you were writing as well. What kind of genre? Did you have a specific genre, or you would do whatever? So every project was different from each other.
Well, I've done 4 books, which was the same thing. I was just making issues of it every year.
Yeah.
This lasted 4 years. Then I started working on comics, and I didn't have the time for it, sadly, because it takes a lot of time to do all this thing and the printing and the whole thing. You have to be there. And also you need a lot of space at home to store everything in my apartment.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I just wanted to make something fun that I would enjoy. So it would look good because otherwise it wouldn't. So it's a really silly story, but it's called Tales from the Strips. And
Tales from the
yeah,
Strips.
that's why I used Dani Strips. Another fun fact with the name, because Instagram, when I did it's just Dani. It wasn't searchable, so I did Dani Strips. It's not my last name. I don't use it. So it's a story about a girl named Daphne and her zombie boyfriend. That's it.
Oh,
they just go around and do stuff. But the part that I like the most is that I've done many like advertisements and articles that they're fake, obviously, but they are kind of related to the story of every issue, and that was the most fun part. I think everyone mostly liked these ones than the actual comic. So
okay.
Oh. Do you still have any of these? Like, did you save any of those, or are they all gone?
I have some. I just give them to friends now because I don't have that many anymore. I printed them once, and that was it.
So you would like to get back to doing more creator-owned comics and self-publishing and stuff like that?
Yeah, I would love that. And that was why I really enjoyed working with Dan on Coffin Bound, because it felt exactly like that. We did exactly what we wanted. We are really close friends, so it wasn't like work. And we had that type of control that you get, which I guess Image is like that. It's like it's a self-publishing.
Yeah, there's just a structure that helps you with all the annoying stuff of self-publishing, basically.
And with the distribution thing, that you can't do this if you just print your own things. You just have to sell them. So. But did either of you ever do a self-published stuff, like a zine or something?
Not really. I did some little things here and there when I was younger, but I wasn't the guy who was self-publishing. At the end, I was still doing pages for somebody else that then would self-publish. So I cannot say that I was self-publishing. The closest thing that I'm getting, the closest thing to self-publishing is the thing that I'm doing now with my book that I'm writing. I'm doing basically everything. That's the closest thing.
How is
Probably
it going?
that's it's going good. Like right now, I'm on a kind of a hiatus because I'm working on a book with Mark Millar. But then I'll be back on it around September, October probably, and finish the whole thing. Like right now, 150 pages deep, and I still need to finish like 40, 50 pages, and then it's done. So we always discuss with Shawn methods, the best way to publish it, how to do, especially, nowadays there's so many different options that you have, and so it's more a matter of choosing the one that it works with you, it works better with you. Right now, my goal is to use this as an experience to learn more about all the stuff that you've already done, that you already dealt with, which is all that part of self-publishing, understanding where the main costs are, where the difficult parts are, the most annoying part. So, when it's time to go back to, signing deals with publishers, I have a better idea of what, if they tell me, okay, so we're going to split like 60-40, for example, the profits. I know if it's a good deal or not. Otherwise, the way, the knowledge that I have right now doesn't allow me to, distinguish a good deal from a bad one. Exactly. So I'm using the project to learn about all this stuff.
Yeah, that's a good way to go.
I start when I was trying to break in, I did some mini comics and some like little zines of like of my art. Like I made like Xeroxes and I made a cover and had a cover stock and stapled them together, and I loved doing that. And then like you, I started getting work, and that took over everything. But like now everything I'm doing is to bring me back to doing my own stuff, self-publishing, making things by hand, and I like hearing about the community you have in Athens. Like Jim was so excited by that, and that's like I want to see that. I want to tap into those communities. I love the spirit of like, it's almost like punk rock. Like we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it ourselves, and we're gonna do it our way. And I'm just trying to get everything back to that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Becky Clunan.
Mm-hmm.
She's always been really into that, really punk rock.
Yeah.
Even the music that she listens to, there's a whole vibe around there. Do you know her, Dani?
Yes, she's great.
She's amazing.
Yeah, Becky's wonderful,
and she's feisty. She's a great person. I always enjoy her company. And Mikey.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Michael's amazing.
Oh yeah,
well.
Michael's great. We love Michael.
But this thing, when it's I think that a little bit of magic is gone when you start working in comics. It's another world opens, and it's great. But sometimes I miss that spark and that energy that I used to have while working on. Working. It wasn't working. It was just doing your own thing.
Yeah, it becomes a job. Like once it becomes a job, it's hard to like keep that passion and fun and interest.
It really depends on your attitude. Like for me, and we talked about this recently with Marko Đurđević. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but basically, like the way my brain works, like I need a purpose. So the fact that it's work and I have people waiting for it, and then it's gonna be given to a letterer and a colorist, and then it's gonna be published and everything. It gives me purpose to work on it. Like I'm not great at just drawing for drawing. Like I don't know. Every time we talked about this with Eric Canete, because if he doesn't draw for like 2 days, he gets sick. Like he becomes maniacal, and it gets crazy. I don't know about you. Is that the same with you, Dani, or you can, like, if you take a break, like a month break without drawing, you're gonna be fine, or you need to draw, like?
First of all, you're a masochist. Matteo's a masochist. Okay. And then Matteo, you need someone.
Well, and then you're an alcoholic. How about
that?
Oh my God! That's
Okay.
Of course, I'm joking. No,
I get what you're saying. You always, because you need to be okay with other. Like the way I see it is yes, because I have a deadline and other people are involved in this, I will be more organized towards that day.
Yeah.
But I really don't have a problem not drawing. I enjoy drawing, and I haven't had a vacation, like a vacation for quite a while, a break. But when I'm on vacation, for example, or last time I was with my sister, I remember that I had just a sketchbook with me, and I really needed, every time I wanted to draw, I would draw something. And this is also something that I miss, just drawing for me. Because every time you see a paper in front of you, it's just for work. And ever since I started working more, I was like more daily involved in this, I stopped reading that many comic books.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because I couldn't relax with it anymore. I was, I'm looking at the page all day, every day, and now to relax, I'll just read a normal book, not a comic book.
Matteo,
no, absolutely. I know.
You don't have that, right? You still read a lot of stuff, yeah?
No, I kind of share the same thing. Like, I'm forcing myself to read stuff, but I go periods, especially when I have to work a lot, like that I don't read anything. We spoke about it in our earlier days with Eric. I would love to kind of add that something that we used to do, like, oh, have you seen this new book? Like what we do nowadays with TV shows, Right. Have you seen that new show that is on Netflix or whatever? And then, you have a thing to do. I would love to have that with a book. And that happens sometimes. Like, for example, we're going to be having Craig Thompson soon. So I have the last book, his latest book, Jinx and Roots. I have it there. So that's the thing that I'm reading now. But I kind of lost that thing that I had, which was like I couldn't wait. Like Jim, for example, Jim still has it. Yeah. Like
he reads
I know that every time he reads a ton of comics. Every Wednesday he goes to probably not every Wednesday, but he constantly goes to his comic book shop to buy all the new stuff that's out. You know?
He does.
And, was that no? I completely missed it.
Jimmy's a nerd.
Oh yeah.
He's really into comics.
So okay, Dani. So I'm a masochist. Jim is a nerd.
You'll find
so what's the insult for Shawn? Okay,
give it some time.
Can I say it? Yeah. Shawn is an old fuck.
Oh no! You can't. This is Dani's got to figure out her thing for me. Don't you put ideas in her head.
I'll find it.
Or another. I got another one. Shawn is gay. There's another one
Not bad.
with the pink shirt.
With a, oh
Yeah,
my
but it says
Matteo,
punk
how
on
old
it.
are you? Oh, but yeah.
So since we're speaking of work, what are you working on now? Yeah, I know that like lately you've been doing a ton of covers, but have you got any plans on going back to interiors, or is it just gonna be covers?
I've been doing covers because it's the only thing that could get published all this time, because the last 2 years I've been working on a graphic novel. I guess it's going to be announced soon, so I'm just going to say some things.
Can you say who's publishing it?
I don't know. Can I?
I don't know.
And let's just play it safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But I can say it's 245 pages long. I
Damn.
haven't
Holy shit,
done
okay.
anything that big at once. And I'm not doing it for a while now. I'm not doing it.
You're taking a break.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you say what it's about or what genre it is?
It's about family issues, I guess.
Okay.
Family issues. Okay.
Yes, it's around the family. And actually, when they asked me for it, I was in a really weird place. I had family issues as well because I was taking care of my grandma, and after two months she passed. So it was.
Okay. Sorry about your loss.
Thank you, but she had a great life. At least.
That's well.
She was drinking the whole day.
She's
like
in
her
Greece.
nephew, so.
Exactly. She was smoking. She was drinking.
No, she wasn't smoking, but she was. She died 96 years old. She's
that's great.
Oh, okay.
her grand. she had a great time, and up to the last day, she was feisty.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh my god! But anyway, so I was in a weird place at the moment because I knew she was going to die, and it was that month that I was taking care of her. I knew it was going to be the last, my last chance, and so I saw this as a sign when they asked about something with family problems, and it's also about drug abuse and addiction, which I can relate.
Which you can obviously relate to.
So it's about that.
And you said it's a graphic
Gotcha.
novel. It's not issues. It's just one book.
Yeah, and I really don't like issues. I'm not an issue girl. I have issues, but not. I don't like waiting for it the way I think people like.
For just 20 pages a month, and then it's over, and then you gotta wait for another month.
I understand it's part of the industry, but I hate it. And I prefer always books. So it was also proposed to me as a book. So that was an extra point.
Okay, so I suppose it's with a writer, right? You're not writing.
Yeah, it's right.
Okay. But are you a part of the creative process in writing as well? You share ideas, or the script was already done and you just have to execute?
It was already done. And we made the characters, and I got the visual part.
Got it. Is it gonna be like creator owned or with a publisher?
With a publisher, it is partly creative.
Partially creator owned.
Thank you. Okay. Partially creative, creator owned, I guess, but it's with a publisher. Yeah.
Got it.
And you said they're going to announce it soon.
I guess because it's going to be out in October. So they
they got announced.
Then probably they'll announce it in a month.
Yeah,
a month or so.
So let's not spoil anything.
So right for New York, you'll probably they'll announce it for New York.
And by
That's
then,
awesome. So we got a party. We got to celebrate.
Two stuff by then, because now I'm working on another series. It's going to be announced. When is this coming out? this?
In about 3 weeks.
3
So
weeks, yeah.
after it's going to be out by then, I guess.
So you can say it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm working now because I think they're announcing it May 12th. So
Oh, okay.
May
So
12th,
tell us.
yeah, that for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Tell us.
This episode's gonna be out by then.
if
Yeah,
something
it'll be a-
happens and they announce it later than this,
We can
bad
beep
for
it.
me. Okay.
No, we can blip it. You
We
just
can-
let
we
us
can
know,
bleep it.
and we'll make sure. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm. After that, I did. Okay. When I finished with that book, the big one, I did an issue of G.I. Joe, which was
Oh, awesome.
with,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
With Skybound.
with Skybound, yes, and I continued working with Skybound. We are doing
Oh, nice.
Oh shit.
now we're working on the second issue, so
Oh, that's great.
also
Oh, that's awesome.
So I guess
That's awesome.
Matteo, we're gonna have to have Dani for a New York dinner to celebrate all this.
yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Who's paying me?
All right.
With all the Skybound money, you gotta pay.
Dinner, guys. Come on, we're going for drinks.
Yeah, of course,
Yes.
of course.
I forgot who I'm talking to.
I'll bring the drugs.
Okay, I'll bring the cigarettes.
Well, you know I'll have the drugs. Like, that goes without
Oh yeah,
saying.
right. Yeah, yeah. Sean usually is the pusher.
We always had this fantasy of spiking drinks at the Comic-Con.
All right. Meaning you do it, or the fantasy is that somebody does it to you.
I've never had that in my life, which is a shame. Strangers don't give you drugs for free. But imagine comics people going wild. It would be. It would be
There's an LSD outbreak at New York
yes,
Comic Con.
how would that go? Many great stories
So-
after that.
So, Dani, you said that you've been working on the big book, the graphic novel, over the past 2 years, and it's like 250 pages more or less. So you're fairly fast, like you're fairly quick as an interior artist. It's not, it's something that it's I didn't know. Like,
Yeah, I mean, my style is quite simple. The inking, and I've practiced being kind of fast, but not that fast. I mean, I for an issue I get 6 weeks to work on it.
Oh, that's about my speed.
well, that's
Normal. Yeah.
that's fairly good.
And you're still working traditionally, like you're inking it on paper and all
Yes,
that?
everything is on. I'm really not good with technology. Really good. I'm really bad. Also, I feel like I'm working. If I'm like actually like super working, if I'm doing it digitally.
Yeah. So what's your main tool? Sorry, I interrupted you.
No,
You were finishing
that's
your
it.
thing.
I only have it.
What's your main tool for the lines? Like, I know that you use the brush as well, but there's a lot of line work in your stuff. Do you use like pens and stuff, or use a nib? What do you use?
I only have one marker for everything, and it's this. It's a CD.
Okay.
Oh, adding. Okay.
CD, DVD, BD. I don't know what BD marker.
Yeah, it's basically acrylic, right? It's acrylic based.
Yeah, yes. I don't know. It doesn't wear out with time.
Mm-hmm.
But this
Yeah.
is
So you don't.
the big surfaces. I just fill in with ink. And by the way, Matteo saved me last year in Como.
Oh, you're right.
Yes, which was he brought me ink because I forgot to bring with me. And it was a great ink, that one. I finished it, but
Oh, do you like it?
it was amazing because it's the black that looks into your soul. It's total black. Other inks, they
Wait, which con was this at?
Como.
Como, right?
Como.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was that? The normal ink you used, the Sumi ink, Matteo, that you gave her?
It was a speedball, but it was a really old. Like I had been using it for like months and months and months because, yeah, I give you old stuff. No, like basically because normally that ink is pretty thin, and it's not that black. But
with my
after a while,
black. What kind of pages paper do you use?
I use a Strathmore like vellum. Yeah, it's slightly rough.
Okay.
And but that ink normally when you buy it, it's pretty. The thing that I like about that ink is that it's really thin, so it lasts longer on a brush. But normally it's not that black. But the more you keep it in the bottle, the blacker it gets, the thicker and blacker it gets. So probably that's why you got that.
Like fine wine.
Yeah, I mean, it was calculated, not because I wanted to give you.
I rushed into it. I'm so sorry.
What paper do you use, Dani?
It's not. It's a recycled one. That there's a paper place. I don't know. There.
She's even indie in the tools that she uses.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, it gets cheaper if you buy it this way, and you get better paper. It's more fun because it's a recycled one. It's called. It's either crushed corn or crushed grape or crushed kiwi. I don't know. And I think the one I have is crushed citrus. So they use residues.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So you get a different hue each time, and it has slight. It's a bit dirty as a paper, and everyone who has colored my inks, I guess they can see that. And thank you for making it look better afterwards.
This is a message to all your colorists.
Yes, it gets a bit grainy, and you can see it every time I've sent the inks directly, and they've used for a black and white thing, like Black Beth for 2000 AD, that is just black and white. And I just send the final files. You can see the grains. They're there.
I like that. I like that look.
Yeah,
but on the plus side, like your style is so black and white, like so neat, that I think any colorist would love working on your stuff. Like
I hope so.
They can have way worse stuff to color, like mine, for example. Like mine is a nightmare. Like every time,
yours must be a lot of work.
I'm very understandable of any. I'm not picky with colorists because I know that they're coloring my stuff is a nightmare with all the gray tones and all that shit.
But you do, like, your stuff can stand as black and white on their own, because many artists, I feel like their art is completed with color.
Yeah. They consider that it's gonna be colored in the first stage. So yeah. No. In my head, like my page has to look done when I finish it, and then the colorist gonna get it and do whatever they want with it. But that's why every time, and what frustrates me that over the past year, like I would say probably not 10 years, but 5 years, like I've always insisted on telling people that I was working with, let's just do an artist edition. But every time it was out of my control, so I couldn't. And I even asked DC to give me the license to do it myself, to do the artist edition or whatever book I was doing. But every time they're like, well, we might do that in the future, so we want to keep those rights for ourselves. And you already know that stuff that they're of course they'll do it one day, So you already know that they're not gonna do it, but at the same time they don't want to give you the license.
No, they might do it, but I feel like the big companies don't give rights so easily.
Yeah, no, it's just a license. So like Marvel does it for their stuff. You just give them a percentage of all of the profits that you make, but other than that, it's possible.
I've been thinking about just printing my Batman book in black and white with no word balloons, just my art, and just having like an artist edition that I made myself. I've been thinking about it and see what happens.
Get sued.
Maybe.
Well, actually, Eric did it back in like 2007. He did that miniseries, the Iron Man Entered the Mandarin.
Mandarin, yeah.
And he did his sketchbook basically was all the original pages, and the black and white pages were the book. Do you know if anyone has ever told him anything?
Not that I think he got away with that one clean. That's what I'm saying. Fuck the companies.
Someone has it already. Okay.
Dani, what about you? Do you feel like your work is made to work without color?
That's my logic. Every time I finish a page, I'm thinking that this can stand as it is.
Yeah, I love that. That's great.
But okay, of course, colors when they get on the page, they're fantastic. And then you say, yeah, looks better. Okay, that's the other thing that I asked for that book, the big book. It's going to be black and white.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
We're using one color in specific places that match with the story, but it's mostly black and white.
I love that.
That's awesome.
I love black and white comics. I feel like that's like the ultimate, like black and white comics.
Yeah, enjoy that.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've been talking to people, especially now that I'm thinking about my book, and a lot of people keep saying, "Yeah, but we should have like a color version," and I'm like, "What? Why?" Because everybody does. Like, do we have like a counter argument for that? Like, is there books in black and white that come out and they didn't sell well? So you can say that you need colors, or can we try and do it black and white? Like
I'll say this:
some great books are in black and white. Like since
my favorite books are in black and white. Yeah.
Black Hole is black and white. Every Charles Burns is black and white.
I think about this though. You've got a shelf that's all color, all like loud colors fighting, and it's like electricity. And there's a black and white book in the middle of it. It's going to stand out. And that's what Sin City was based on.
That's how... Sorry, go on.
No, so I think black and white would help sales because it'll grab people's attention.
That's how I got my first job. I was in London Supercon. It was the first show I did outside of Greece. And I had I tagged along with some friends, and that they had a table there, and I had my self-published work, which is black and white, and I had the pages and everything, and an editor, Keith Richardson, who was he's working for 2000 AD, he passed by and he told me, black and white stuff, not a good job, whatever. That he hadn't seen many black and white things there, so that's how I.
He got his attention immediately because of the fact that it was black and white. Yeah. So that's why I'm thinking about doing mine, especially in the first stages, like the Kickstarter. I'm thinking about just doing it in black and white. Why not?
I think you should, and that way, and if you do an image edition eventually, that could be color. Like. That might not be. That'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah, and it has a bit, like, for me, it's also a bit nostalgic, black and white, because all the... like some European stuff that I was reading growing up were black and white. Matteo, you will know about this, because I found these in Italy, which are my favorite comics ever. I found in Venice, passing by, I was traveling with my sister. We're going to Slovenia. Slovenia. We're going to Croatia for a drum and bass festival.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And we passed by Venice because we took the boat from Greece, went to Venice, and then
Oh, wow.
and there was an old shop there that they were selling with €1 each. Old comics, old like horror porn from the 70s and the 80s.
Scorpio.
wow.
Okay, it's Terror, Oltretomba,
Oh, okay, okay.
Dracula.
That's
What?
70s, right?
Yeah, I guess it's 70s. What else?
Yeah.
Sanguinari.
Sanguinari. Yeah. It's all old, like
Yeah.
horror porn, 70s stuff. Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. I got all of them. I was lucky we were there with a car because I got the whole box. Yeah, I gave some for free also because I bought all of them. And they're black and white. They're fantastic.
Yeah. Well, still, like Italy, we still have a huge tradition for black and white things. Like our main books in Italy, just Dylan Dog, Tex, Zagor, Marty Mister, they're all black and white. So they once in a while they release like a color, like Dylan Dog Color Fest, but it's just a special episode, just an anthology book where you can see Dylan Dog in colors, but it's not normal. Like the book itself, it's pure black and white, and it comes from all those years, like 70s, 80s, Argentinians, Italians, all that kind of culture. It was all black and white, like Breccia, it was all black and white stuff. Yeah, font, yeah, absolutely.
That's good stuff.
So
Black and
all right,
for us, for an Italian, it's really normal. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, I feel like that's comics in its purest form is black and white. That's the best way to do it. All right, so we've done our hour, but before we go, Dani, do you have a name for me?
We need to get drunk first.
Okay, all
Get
right.
drunk together.
That's a deal.
Yes, we'll get drunk in New York and have a name for you afterwards.
All right.
For now, you're being
Sounds like a plan.
for now. We're going to do this
That's
way.
I say that again.
So
What?
What'd you just say? I missed what you just
Oh,
said.
that we're going to do it this way. For now, you're just being Shawn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that.
So, again, anything else you want to plug, Dani, aside from your G.I. Joe book?
Work-wise?
Yeah, work-wise or whatever. I know your website is danistrips.com, if I'm correct, right?
And everything Dani Strips on Instagram or Facebook, you can find there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Other than
Dani,
that,
Thank you,
you've been
Dani.
awesome.
what?
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thanks a lot.
Well,
This was
Thanks
a
a
lot
lot
of fun.
for joining us. It was a lot of fun. And
fun.
we'll see you in New York.
New
then.
York, yes. Let's do that. I'm
Okay,
also going to
awesome.
Baltimore. I
Awesome.
might go to Baltimore after that.
Oh, I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna-
Sean is doing it. Yeah.
Maybe that's where.
and Jim.
Oh,
And Dani, here's the other thing. Baltimore is where I grew up, so I know the
okay.
town.
My best friend is coming also. So
Okay.
you will show us around.
All right, we'll do that.
Mm.
That sounds
Yeah,
perfect.
he'll show you The Wire, those areas. Have you seen the TV show?
Yes, I haven't watched it all. I have watched like 10 episodes, but it was great for 10 episodes.
So
Yeah,
here's a fun fact.
What?
That the area that show takes place where the towers are, the west side,
Yeah.
there's an art school, and right behind it are those towers. So I would go visit friends at that art school, and if you go one block too far, it's bad
Still like
news.
that now?
Yeah. Actually, I don't. I think so, but I haven't been back there in years, so I don't know for sure.
Where do you live?
I'm in Atlanta now.
Atlanta. I've never been there.
I love it. Atlanta's
Maybe one
great.
day.
Yeah, you should come.
Yeah.
You should come.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Matteo. You know what to do. Dani, get ready.
All right.
Well,
I don't know if you're familiar with this annoying part of the show,
do it.
but
awful.
you'll discover it soon.
Do it.
All right.
podcast.